I'm going to turn this chocolate cake into a puppy. This is actually a surprise birthday cake for Sarah Stodinger, who is the founder of the fashion brand Stod. They have an amazing custom pet line where you can get a portrait of your pet sewn on or painted onto a top or a bag, so it was really fitting to create a portrait of her dog as a cake. And they chose chocolate cake. Red velvet was the other option, but that would have been kind of morbid. So the pup starts off looking like a seal, and even more so when I cover it with modeling chocolate. Modeling chocolate is great for sculpting cake with a ton of details. It works a lot like clay. It gets soft and pliable when it's warm, but sets up firm when it's cold. And it's super easy to make at home, and it only takes a few minutes to make. I do it all the time, and I have my tutorial linked here. And it's also really great for changing your mind. This is my very first dog cake, and I had to redo her face 3 times before I was happy with it. Her furry coat was mostly done by drawing each hair with this Dresden tool, thousands of hairs. For some bits, like her ears, I also shaped it with scissors. I've been getting tons of questions about her ears, but modeling chocolate can do that. It'll stand up on its own. Her irises were discs that I painted with edible paint. I only needed 2 eyes, obviously, but I always make extra. This way, I can pick the best ones, and I have backups if anything gets messed up. And I actually did use up a lot of the extra eyes. The pup has dark brown eyes, so I painted a base of brown, added a darker outline, and then some light colored flecks, and a pupil. Once the irises were in, I can keep working on her eyebrows and the fluff on her face. The last touch on her eyes were these gelatin domes that I made. I popped them in like little doggy contact lenses. I really love how these came out and how they make her eyes look so lifelike. Now that I'm happy with all the details, I'm painting her with edible paint. I just started using edible paints a little while ago and I really love it. I got mine from Sweet Sticks and they're called edible art paints. A little goes a long way and it really layers nicely too. I also give her dark eyeliner, dark lip color. This is her emo stage. And I just keep adding details and layering different darker and lighter shades to match her coloring and to give her more dimension. It's always a challenge to recreate something realistically, and even harder when it's a living creature who is so loved and has a personality. I asked for so many pictures from all angles, like stalker level details and measurements, just to be able to do the best job that I can. And the final touch is this pearl necklace. The pearls were made out of gum paste. They were so finicky that I needed to glue down almost every single one, but I think it was worth it. And you'll notice that I replaced her eyes. That's because I got paint on them and they started dissolving. It actually made it look even more realistic because it looked like doggy eye boogers. Anyway, I replaced them with fresh eyes and we're good. And I hit it with a torch to give it extra shine. In the end, the birthday girl refused to cut into the doggy cake. I guess I did a good job then. I ended up doing the deed and slicing her up like a pot roast. Could you have cut her up?